Good idea.
Roadhouse.
I don't even know where to begin with this one. This movie is just so weird and not in a good way. I've never seen the original Roadhouse movie from 1989, but I did compare the Roadhouse trailers and I can safely say that the original looks way better than this remake. The new Roadhouse movie honestly felt like an excuse to show off Jake Gyllenhaal's insane physique in every moment, just like in Twilight with Jacob. Conor McGregor is just so bizarre in this movie, but I have to say that he was actually the best part in Roadhouse. He added a much needed sense of comedy to the movie, which was painfully required. This remake is just so weird. The story follows an ex-UFC fighter called Elwood Dalton, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who becomes a bouncer at a roadhouse in Florida. This bar is incredibly rough and needs Dalton's help to prevent the daily fights and violence. Conor McGregor plays a character called Knox, who is honestly the life of the movie. He plays a psychotic but goofy henchman who is used to try and take Dalton down. His scenes are truly the best moments in this movie, like randomly driving into a tree and walking around like Michael Keaton's Batman. He made Roadhouse slightly more enjoyable to watch, but the film is still so odd. It just doesn't make sense to me that this bar would continue to remain open when literally every day there are violent crimes taking place. I'm assuming this movie isn't supposed to be taken seriously, but nothing feels believable in this movie. It just felt there were so many clashing ideas which didn't blend well together. Dalton and Knox are just way too different, as both characters feel like they should have been in two separate movies. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance just felt really flat in this movie, and it pains me to say that as I really like this actor. It felt like he really didn't want to be there. The movie really tried to make Dalton come across as a cool and unbothered character who didn't care about anything, but it just came across as charmless, to be completely honest. I was waiting for him to get really angry and show his true strength and energy, but it didn't really come across well. His UFC flashbacks showed so much more of his energy and aggression, but this really isn't shown when he became a bouncer. Yes, he does fight very well, but there was literally no personality. And also, all of his UFC training just seemed so weak when fighting Knox. It was like Dalton suddenly forgot everything. Conor McGregor, on the other hand, felt like he accidentally stepped into this movie and the director just yelled action. His performance was just so over the top and was the most smiliest henchman I've ever seen. I think if they really wanted an over-exaggerated, cartoon-style villain like Knox, then everything else in the movie needed to be even more extreme. His performance felt so out of place as all of the other characters were toned down. Knox honestly needed to be utilized way more and not just turn up 1 hour into the movie. It just felt like a real waste, especially if they really wanted to go down this route. I would rate this movie 4 out of 10. It's not the worst movie I've seen, but definitely not the best. Conor McGregor was the star of the show, which is so surprising, especially since Jake Gyllenhaal was also in this movie. I wouldn't watch this film again, but would happily watch a compilation of all of Knox's scenes. Have you seen Roadhouse yet? I would love to know all your thoughts and opinions, so please do drop me a comment below. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.